What is going on YouTube? It's Sankey and we're back with another one. Alright guys, so once again we've kicked off a fresh brand new week in the stock market in style. The portfolio is flying today. Now I know if you guys have been following our channel plays and applying that blueprint, your portfolios will also be performing strong. Now those of you who've been rocking with the channel know that we've been building up this portfolio week by week, and I've been showing you guys it's easy to build that wealth in the stock market if you just follow the right strategy. That being said, there's a couple of our plays that are moving up, so I want to make sure they're on your radar and you guys have the strategy set and ready with the new buy zones to crush these plays this year, because there's a lot more gains to be had. Now also we are bringing out the charts in this video and for the rest of the month so we can level up your investment game. Now guys, before I get to it, I'm going to need you to hit that like button for me, and if you're new, hit that subscribe button, join the journey. Now before we jump into our main event, let's kick things off with this play. Up on screen we have Clean Energy Fuels, that's ticker symbol CLNE. Now, this is an RNG, that's renewable natural gas provider with over 500 fueling stations in the US and Canada. They allow those vehicle fleets to fuel up and reduce those greenhouse emissions. Now this is shaping up to be a great play, so I hope you guys managed to add some to your portfolio when I introduced them to you a couple of weeks back. If we just take a look at the charts, you guys can see we scooped this one up when they were under $10. Now they're sitting at over $17. As I always say, renewable energy is one of our mega trends that we're taking full advantage of in our portfolios this year. And guys, this is why clean energy up 70% on the week and on the day up almost 40%. We know there's a huge transition at the moment to renewable energy, and plays like clean energy, they are positioned to take full advantage of this. Now, when I put this play on your radar, previously we know that they were partnering with BP, with Total, and I mentioned to you guys we are waiting for that next partnership because that's going to be a good catalyst to push that stock price up. And today they've announced they've won a multi-year contract to supply 50 million gallons of fuel to the largest bus fleet in the US. So guys, this is a significant deal for this company and it just sets them up nicely for those future contracts. So this is one I want you guys to keep a close eye on because I think they're far from over. All it takes is one more deal, one more contract, and this is a comfortable $20 plus play. So guys, let's talk strike price on Clean Energy Fuels. Catch this one under $15. Consider adding them to your portfolios. So it's looking like the wait is finally over for this next one. Up on screen we have GAXY Next Generation, that's ticker symbol GAXY. Guys, I always say patience pays off in the stock market, and you guys know the plays I give you on this channel all have the potential to do very well. With GAXY, we just had to wait a little bit longer for this play to wake up, but here we have it, up on the day 66%, so very strong performance. Now the reason that stock price has increased, guys, is because they have announced their earnings are coming out on the 16th of February, so I want to make sure that date is in your calendar. Now, I've always said one of the biggest catalysts for that GAXY stock price is their next earnings. We know in Q1 they performed well, up 80-90% on their revenue year on year, and going into Q2 they have some good momentum. We know they've been expanding overseas, expanding their product range, and there's a potential for them to have picked up some big contracts along the way, which is going to give a boost to that revenue. But I want to talk to you guys about a de-risking strategy ahead of earnings. Now, if we continue to see good positive upwards momentum in that stock price ahead of earnings, there's the opportunity for you guys to take out some great profits, but you don't have to take out all of your holding. You could just take out 25%, leave the rest into work. Now, if they do show good numbers when they release those earnings on the 16th, then you're going to see good upwards momentum in that stock price, but that is just a strategy for you guys to consider ahead of those earnings. Up on screen we have Kiwa Biotech, that's ticker symbol KWBT, and if you guys remember, this is a biofertilizer company producing better crops, and they operate in China. Now we know this is popular right now because the Chinese consumers are demanding more and more better quality foods. Now, if you guys remember, this is one of our undervalued penny stock plays. We know in their last report, revenues came in at around 40 million, market cap sitting just over 10 million. So there's a lot more room for this play to be priced up. And here we have it on the day, we are up 36%. So the investors are starting to wake up to this play. Now, I've always said there's a potential for this play to double. And with today's performance, we're 50% of the way there. So I want to make sure this one hasn't slipped off your radar. Alright guys, so it's time for our main event. Up on screen we have Marathon Patent Group, that's ticker symbol MARA, and you guys know we've been covering this one since they're a $2 play. Now they're sitting at $32. And in last week's stocks to double, I mentioned Marathon. Today we are up 42%, so we're almost halfway there already. So this is a play I want you guys to keep on your radar throughout the year, because as long as crypto continues to show strength, Marathon is going to benefit. You guys know they are rolling out 100,000 miners. This play is far from over, because when they roll out those miners, it's going to significantly increase their output from around 2 Bitcoins to 60 Bitcoins. That is the equivalent of hundreds of millions of dollars in revenue. and a strong earnings announcement will send Marathon's stock price soaring higher. Now guys, I want to talk to you about crypto and why it might continue to show strength as we progress through the year. There's increased institutional buying, so we have funds like BlackRock showing a lot more interest in crypto, driving up the prices with their massive purchases. We're also seeing corporates showing interest. So we know that Marathon picked up around 150 million worth of Bitcoin. We know that Tesla today has picked up 1.6 billion worth of Bitcoin, which has given the whole crypto universe a massive push. And we also have MicroStrategy, who's been picking up Bitcoin too. Now going forward, I see a lot more companies buying Bitcoin with their excess cash. Now, retail investors are also buying cryptocurrencies, and it's becoming easier, and it's being facilitated by companies like PayPal and companies like Square. And going forward, it's going to become easier and easier and more mainstream to buy into crypto. All right, guys, so we have a new strike price on our Mara play. If you can catch this one under $26, consider adding this one to your portfolios. You guys know I always say keep at least 1 to 5% of your portfolios in crypto. Days like today, your portfolios will be performing very strong if you have some exposure to that asset class. Alright guys, so it's our session on chart analysis, and today we are covering off the EMA. That's the exponential moving average. Now the EMA produces a smooth line by taking all the prices and averaging them over time. But with the EMA, it puts more weight on the current price. So it's useful because what it does is it strips out all the noise from daily fluctuations in that stock price. Also, it can give an indication of when might be a good time to buy into a stock and sell a stock. So let's jump into the screen. So I'm just going to go ahead and apply the EMA to the chart. Now a typical short-term period would be 26 days. Now if we add a second EMA to the chart that is a longer time period, we can use this to help us with signals of when we should buy and sell that stock. A typical longer time period would be 50 days. Alright guys, so up on screen we have the red line, which is the short-term EMA, and we have the green line, which is a longer-term EMA. It can be thought of as a medium-term EMA. So the red line is 26 days and the green line is 50 days. But what I would like to draw your attention to is where these two lines cross over, which is here and here, because this gives us an indication of if we should buy and sell. Alright, so when we see the short-term EMA, which is the red line, cross beneath the medium-term EMA, which is the green line, that has given us an indication to sell this stock. And the reverse is true. So when we see that short-term EMA, the red line, cross above the green line, that's giving us an indication to buy this stock. Now, if we followed that rule with this Denison Mines play, it would have paid off well, because we sold out here, the stock is on a downward trend. So what it does, the crossover tells you when there's a shift in that trend. And if we bought in here, this stock is on the rise. So this is how you can use the EMA to give you guys signals of when you should buy and sell a stock. Alright guys, if you've been rocking with the channel, you know what time it is. This question comes from Tolu, who says, what do you suggest I do if a stock never drops to the target entry price, but rather keeps increasing? So this is a great question that I thought I'll share because I know it'll help a lot of people out. As you guys know, I spend a lot of time setting those strike prices for us so we can enter these plays at an optimal point in time and avoid any short-term dip in that stock. But this does mean that sometimes you are going to miss out on some runners. So I'm going to pull up on screen. We have Esports Entertainment. Now this is a penny stock play that I gave you guys yesterday to jump into this week. Now you guys know strike price on this one was set at around $7.50. However, this stock exploded out of the gate and we are up 54% on the day. So if you did wait for that strike price, you would have missed out on the gains on this play. So a strategy going forward for you guys is if you can handle some short-term volatility in that stock, if you're comfortable seeing it in the red in the short term before it bounces back and goes up into the green, what you can do is you can buy ahead of the strike price. But what you should do is you should buy a percentage. So if you're originally going to buy 100 shares, go and grab yourself maybe 25 or 50 shares. And then if it does drop down to that strike price, you can load up the rest, buy the rest of the 50 shares. But as you guys know, entry point is important and it's part of the overall success of our portfolios. So do try and stick to those strike prices. Alright guys, so that wraps things up. Do hit that like button for me, it really helps the channel out. And if you're new, hit that subscribe button, join the journey. Also check out the link down below to the Patreon where you'll get access to the Discord and you can join our investment team over there and enter into some additional plays with us like this one up on screen. ticker symbol RSSV. This is a play that we entered into last week. Great performance, up 51% on the day. So guys, as I always say, check into the channel each and every day. Stock market is rapidly moving. You never want to miss a beat. And I'll catch you guys on the next one.